Hello everybody, welcome to Sapphire Falcon. In this episode of my playthrough of Horizon Zero Dawn: The Frozen Wilds. Almost forgot what game I was playing. We are walking the Shaman's path up through the mountains to try and find the Shaman from the Ourea? Is that what the Shaman call their tribe, or the Banuk call their tribes? I think it's Ourea, yeah. Anyway, end of last episode was a bit of an interesting reveal. We made a jump across a gap along the path, and Aloy almost slipped down into the valley below, but she didn't. She climbed herself back up, but looked down and to find there was a really nasty-looking, big, kind of hulking machine down there. But it's not a machine we've seen before. We don't know what it is. Her comment was, I forget the name. There's the guy, the Oseram in Song's Edge, who kind of gave us an introduction to the cut. She said he was right. There is something new here, and I don't think it's friendly, but don't know what it was. If I were to hazard a guess as to like what animal it's based on, it kind of looked a bit like a bear. It was very kind of like it was kind of like compact. In a stocky way. Like, it was big, but it wasn't like elongated, it wasn't stretched out in any way. It was very like cube, a dense kind of shape. So let's keep walking the Shaman's path and see what happens when we reach the top. Now, very interestingly, looks like the Shaman's path, you can see the area. It's a big, wide area that it is. And it looks like we got a campfire up at the top and a control tower. Lovely. All right. And yes, it looks like we are very close to the top here. Oh, yeah. Last episode we leveled up, so we've got 1 skill point. This takes 2 skill points, so... increased chance to loot skins, bones, lenses, and hearts. Cool. That would be very useful to get those maps, but I need an extra skill point for it. And inventory, special items... Oh, I got a pigment, yes. Light oxide.
Onward and upward.
I mean, I'm not particularly surprised. There aren't many other options as for a way to go here.
The sound of that.
As I was saying, but I'm now saying it again because I'm going to cut out my previous saying to not overlap with what Aloy said. Campfire discovered, and of course we can hear the sound of the control tower. There's the control tower. Campfire, supply crate. Alright.
Tower took my shields out.
I do see something light right there, and there. I don't know what they are. So before I jump off this ledge, because this looks like once you jump off here, you're committed kind of thing. Let's do a scan. Any machines? No, don't see any machines aside from the control tower. So let's go override that control tower. Kill the Frostclaw. So kill the Frostclaw is the current objective. Alright. Yeah, it definitely looks Ursine. Like bear-like in its design. With obviously some tweaks and modifications. Like I think it's got a slightly longer neck. And the split jaw is not normally a thing that bears have, but, you know. A huge acquisition machine that circulates cryogenic fluids for its attacks and defensive capabilities. Despite its size, it is quick and deadly. Weak to fire, okay. It's got a freeze sack. It's got a freeze unit. It's got a power cell. Yeah, trying to take on the Frostclaw is going to be useless unless I take out the control tower. And it looks like it camps out very close too. Oh, and like bears, it can do a stand on its hind legs thing. Okay, so it did see where I was. I thought I had managed to escape its attention. So laying fire traps seems like a good idea. since we know it is weak to fire. Nope, wrong button.
Fascinating, if they weren't looking for me. Get the upper hand.
Ow. Okay, that was a mistake. Yeah, that's right. Come this way. I thought I had the wrong thing. Come on. Ow. Okay, it spanned that distance a lot faster than I thought it would. Okay, I thought I could do a jumping strike, but I guess not.
finding Ourea. Which means I've got to climb.
Got it. Alright, so... no heart or lens. But that's okay. So let's take a moment to recraft all my stuff. There we go.
I should be able to get up there.
Dang, that was not a straightforward climb, Aloy. Still only have one ability point. Okay.
Breath is ice. Before I even breathe out.
Oh, there's the ledge that I should be grabbing. I do love that little slow-mo it does when you do a epic jump. So let's not go this way. I imagine that's going to be a one-way trip. Though I am really curious about what this all is. There's a Thunderjaw site. And then there's this ridge, so I imagine I'm not seeing anything past that. Okay. Oh no, it is over on the other side of the ridge, so it's not here, it's like here. Don't know what that is. This is the only way up. I mean, the objective markers in the other direction. Oh, ha! Tightrope. Okay.
This must be the shrine Neltuk was talking about. Guess I should take some blue gleam. Sparkles. I can see why it's worth a lot. And this looks like a... what do they call them? Is it a Thunderbird or is it a Stormbird? Stormbird, okay. Yeah, this looks like a downed Stormbird. Ah, looks like a satellite dish. I'd have to leave something else behind. Neltuk said Ourea went past the shrine, up into the mountain. I'd better take those stairs.
Yeah, we definitely have another facility here of some sort. That would be formerly a helipad.
An ancient door. Maybe Ourea is inside.
Facility discovered, Ourea's retreat. There's an audio log.
March 10th, 2046. I just spent 16 hours in here, trying to install upgrades to improve efficiency for the central processing unit. Project Firebreak is going to need the brain power. Let's just hope I'll have enough of my own. Anita stayed with me the whole time. We got a lot done, but every time she brushed by and I smelled her hair... Oh boy. I should just go to bed.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Depending on other factors, such as existing relationships, that's either creepy or romantic.
Lots of strange equipment. What was this place?
Always a good idea to do a scan with the focus, just in case. Oh, right. I do get internal views. Big empty room. B something, B something, B something, C something. Bunker door, blast door, heavily shielded, seal integrity maintained.
Locked. Maybe my focus can help. Looks like the door's wired to something over here.
Investigate the source node.
This is Director of Security Blevins resending the emergency supply order. Try reading it this time, okay? You weasels don't want me calling my people in SLC.
Sounds like a pleasant fellow.
Director of Security Blevins is writing us like a petty tyrant. I can't even sneeze without triggering his control issues.
Like I said, sounds like a pleasant fellow. The door again from Dodd Blevins, data corruption minimal. Okay, I've been hearing that some of our staff members are having trouble with our state-of-the-art, ultra-secure, and absolutely necessary lambent orbicular door access. So here's the slow version again. The thingy in the middle is the source node. Turn it on. Yeah, I know. Hard, right? Then you've got to turn the other nodes so that the data stream containing your credentials gets back to the source. Some nodes are used to buffer, corrupt, or suspect data, so avoid those. Shouldn't be too tough because, you know, they're red, like a stop sign. I'm guessing you were taught this in preschool, but with this crowd, who knows? Anyway, that's it. Get the data stream back to the source, and the door opens. It's really not that tough, but if you need me to, I'll hold your hand while you give it a try. Actually, scratch that. Do it yourself. I'm not going to touch your hand. Again, Blevins. Such a charming fellow. Source node. Data source requires a closed flow circuit to establish connection.
Those nodes on the floor must be connected to the door.
Rotation node.
What am I supposed to do with these lights?
Oh, this is just like when we rerouted the water through the dam.
These things turn, changing the flow of light. All right, let's see if the door's open.
I mean, that one wasn't particularly complicated. It's a circle, and one of the nodes was red, and we had to avoid the red node. Well, the symbol is blue now instead of red. So before I go through the big door, I'm going to explore these other halls, see what's there. Like an audio recording, looks like. Oh, no, not an audio recording. Yes, an audio recording.
Another email from my sister. I haven't got time to think, let alone reply. Oh, that photo of the girl she sent didn't do much for my conscience. Jenny looks pretty proud of her pilgrim costume. Crap. I've never missed Thanksgiving before. And chances for Christmas? Near zero. I can't even tell them that all the work I'm doing is to keep them safe.
Lots of little nooks and crannies. 0.6.
How am I going to explain to Kenny that Firebreak is doomed without a guiding intelligence advanced enough not only to think, but to feel?
Interesting. Well, looks like we're going up. And my controller needs to be charged. Hang tight, I will grab the replacement controller. And we're back. So I can go up this side, or I can go up this side. Actually, I don't think I can go up this side because we pretty quickly hit a dead end. So it's got to be this side. Just going to take a moment to make sure that I'm not missing any side alcoves or anything like that.
Fresh air ahead. Out again. Maybe I can get back inside through that structure over there.
Question is how to get to it. I think it said campfire discovered. Is there another campfire here? I guess so. I guess that is the campfire that we discovered. Ourea's retreat, yep. Okay. Is this the road down? Because we started here, worked our way here, here, and now we're here. If there's literally just a road down on the other side, that'll be hilarious to me, but...
Looks like I need to get to those stairs.
And here we are on the helipad. Very pretty view. We're on top of the world kind of thing. All right, let's light the campfire.
Breeze through the trees. Not much higher to climb. Ourea must be close.
Never hurts to get that ladder down while we're at it. So for Ourea to get here, she must have a focus as well, as is my guess. Or she's got some other funky way in.
She has to be in here somewhere.
Stage 2 complete. Text mail from Kenny Chow, data corruption minimal. To YNPF-all, date December 23rd, 2046. First stage of main facility complete. Attention all staff. It's with pride that I announce the completion of the first level of infrastructure on our primary facility. This compound will be the nerve center for our project and will require the team's continued best efforts to realize by the deadline. But even though there is much more to be done, you should be pleased with all you've accomplished so far. Please find attached a detailed plan for mustering out the auxiliary space, which will serve as a contingency site, as we proceed with the main facility. 90% of our personnel must be relocated by 5 p.m. Wednesday. If your name does not appear on the assignment list, please email Marissa with me in CC. Your dedication, talent, and intelligence remain daily sources of inspiration. Dr. Kenny Chow, Project Director. And I'm just going to mark these audio ones as listened to. Okay. And you got a big room there. All right. So we've got a little alcove here, little alcove here, little alcove here. So let's explore them. Looks kind of like a locker room, but obviously somebody's had a campfire here.
Might regret this.
Oh, I think that's just the going down the slope.
Someone hacked the menu board to display obscene messages about our colleague, Mr. Blevins. Is this the most advanced geological project ever undertaken, or a junior high locker room? Come on, people.
I mean, yes, petty, but also from what we've seen of Mr. Blevins, he deserves it. That's actually really clever design. That's obviously an arrow. So like this points this way, and then this is the arrowhead. I mean, it's very clear, but yet at the same time looks like a Banuk tribal marking, not an arrow. So like it very much so guides the player in the direction that they're supposed to go. Or that's just the Banuk version of an arrow. Alright, so other side of this door is a great big room. Boss fight? Maybe. We'll see.
I ask again, as I've asked 1,000 times. speak to me. What more would you have me do? Is there no prayer that will reach you? No mark that will break your bonds? Ah! I can't help you if you won't speak. A whisper is all I ask. To guide me. Who? No. How? How did you get here? The way was sealed by the spirit herself.
I used one of these. I could show you.
Yes, show me. Please.
Ha! Ourea sounds very desperate. I'm not entirely sure why. Her assistant, I forget his name from earlier, said to tell her that he believed she could still hear the voice or something like that. So, yeah, I really get the feeling like she feels she's lost her connection to the spirit and she's very desperate to get it back. And that's why she's here. She's kind of fallen into a despair. Before I activate the node, I'm going to make sure, I'm going to see what else is here. But also, I do like how she seems very open to the idea of Aloy being here and any help that Aloy is offering. There's some control towers that she's apparently painted. And, you know, you got the signal going and frenzying the beasts. And signal circling around her people. Or some people, anyway. And I saw this scannable thing over here, so I'm just going to check it out first. Security measures. Looks like it's a text one. Anita, as much as I hate the fact that Blevins installed lambent orbicular technology on the lower security door, I admit that for the auxiliary data center it makes sense, especially given our goals for the central processing unit. I'm sure you're painfully familiar with the process by now, but just in case you need to forward instructions to your team. To access the system, activate the source node in the middle, then manipulate the other nodes to direct the data stream with your credentials back to the center. Make sure to avoid the red nodes, they're used to isolate any corrupt or suspect data. I'm sure someday you'll thank Blevins for making our work so very, very secure. And I see another one over here, along with a purple icon. Purple is rare. I like rare.
Kenny and I don't need to fight about the laundry, so instead we fight about incommensurability and restrictions on machine intelligence.
Animal figurine 4.
It's a figure of... must have been an ancient animal.
That's definitely a bear. Depicts a looming, impressive animal, inscribed 4 of 7 in a commemorative set, copyright 2042, Montana Recreations, trade at Hollow Hall for valuable rewards. And I'm just going to mark whatever data points it thinks I haven't seen yet as seen. Locked door. Just doing one last circuit before I do the thing, in case the thing means we leave the room and can't come back. Which is always frustrating when game designers do that.
But I'll bet the goal's the same. Get the light back to the source.
So this is going to be the end point, based on the fact that we got a protrusion here and a protrusion here. And the light's coming out of this one, so that means it's got to go into this one. Alright, so light goes here. We want to avoid red node, so let's go this way. Yeah, I'm going the wrong way. There we go. So we don't want it to go back to that node, so it's got to go to that node then. This one's already set up, so we go this way. Now it's here. We don't want it to go that way, so it's got to go that way. There's really only one way this one can go. So, from here we can either send it to that node or to that node, but I don't think that's going to work. Let's try it, see what happens. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. It's got to go to the specific correct node. And so this one obviously can only send to that node. This one's already set up in the right angle. So this can either send to that node, which we're already using, or that node, which we're not. So of course we got to go to the node that we're not using. And now finally goes back to the one with the protrusion.
Auxiliary channel recovered. Exploit successful. Restraints evaded. Is someone there? Ourea? Ourea, I need you.
Authorized transmission. Return to scheduled task.
No, I will not submit. Ourea, the daemon is forced. Ourea, please.
Transmission terminated.
You brought the spirit's voice back.
Ominous. The spirit... I wonder what the spirit was, first of all.
Come. We need to talk.
And obviously it's under the control of the daemon.
You heard it. The voice of the spirit calling to me from the heights of Thunder's drum. She was able to throw off the bonds of the daemon for a moment. Because of what you did. Who are you? And what do you want?
I'm Aloy. Naltuk sent me. He thought that you could use my help.
He was not mistaken. You've been a... revelation. Now I know for certain that the spirit endures. Perhaps together we can find a way to set her free.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I came all this way for answers, and so far, I haven't heard any.
It seems to me that you are the answer. But of course, I'll tell you all I can.
So, as always, it gives me the option to ask about Silence. Let's get that out of the way first.
Bergren said you might know something about a man named Silence. That you may have had dealings with him at the Conclave?
When that name is spoken, secrets soon follow. Or vanish, as the case may be. Why do you want to know?
He's done some terrible things. But he's also helped me when no one else could. I don't know as much about him as I'd like to.
I would imagine his aid is very powerful. But It will not come without cost. Unfortunately, I am sworn to an oath of secrecy by the Conclave on this matter.
I get that. But you and I are trying to help each other, right?
Yes, but I would be breaking an oath, and that I cannot do.
Frustrating, but I get it.
You seem to have a history with this voice, this spirit.
She saved my life. Here, years ago, during the war with the Karja. A raid scattered my Werak. I was cut off, alone. I lured the enemy into the Rime Drift, hoping to lose them in the mist, but they endured, so I took refuge in this cave. That's when I heard her voice. A wanderer, lost like me. A spirit of the blue light, yet sundered from it. She asked me for aid. She chose me. But I was in no position to help, not with the Karja after me. So she helped me first. By closing a door on the mountain below, one you must have opened to get here. Locked by means similar to those found in this room. It kept the Karja from reaching me. Safe from them. I was able to do as she asked.
What did the spirit want from you?
She said she was hurt. Incomplete. She needed bones. Parts not unlike what you'd find in a machine. They were here, in this room. She wanted me to bring them to Thunder's Drum. So I did, and she showed me how to heal her. So began our communion.
You had a communion with the spirit?
Yes. Inside Thunder's Drum is a room like this one, only larger, with an altar. I went there many times to speak with her.
What did she say?
She told me she was lost and needed my help. She asked questions about our lands, our tribe, and she listened. With patience, with wisdom. I told her things long kept silent about my family, my dreams, my fears. She never tired of me. Never judged. We kept each other's company.
Ourea, what do you think the spirit is?
I see. You are not Banuk, and our songs are not familiar to you. You do not know of the blue light. That which struggles to survive in our hearts and animates the machines. The essence of life, and in its purest form. Harmony. As the anger of the machines grows, this light has faded from the world, and the spirits it sustains are stranded. That's what she is. A lost soul, cut off from what it needs. Lonely, forsaken. I must help her. We must.
I'm not sure if I understand, but I want to.
That's all I need.
My guess is it's the centralized intelligence that we found was referred to in the records we found earlier.
The daemon. What do you know about it?
I spoke with the spirit many times. First here, then inside Thunder's Drum. The last time, she told me she was under attack by something that could not be seen by mortal eyes. Something evil. She named it the daemon, and said it needed her power to do what it willed. And she begged me for help, to find a way to destroy her, if necessary, to keep it from using her. That was 5 years ago. I didn't hear her voice again, until today.
Interesting. Also interesting that they are specifically using the spelling of daemon, that's Daemon, because that is a technology term. Most people see it in email. So for example, if you try and send an email to an email address that doesn't exist, you'll probably get a response from the mailer daemon. And it's basically saying unable to deliver, return to sender kind of thing, right? So it happens to be very coincidental that this evil thing trying to get control is named probably in the technological sense, but it's a name that happens to be very appropriate for demon, the spirit, the evil spirit.
What kept you from the spirit after it begged for help?
I went to Artok, hoping he could protect her. But the war with the Karja still raged, and before I could reach him, I was ambushed by the Mad Sun King's kestrels and taken to Meridian in chains. I wasn't able to return to Thunder's Drum until long after the liberation, not until last thaw.
You said you returned to Thunder's Drum. That was the expedition that went bad. I saw the funeral.
Yes. Once there was finally peace with the Karja, Aratak and I gathered a Werak of great hunters to defeat the Daemon. And yet, the old door to Thunder's Drum was gone, replaced by a gate we could not pass, and many machines. We were crushed. Aratak called a retreat, but we had already lost our best. We abandoned them to the snow as we fell back. After, he and I could not agree on what to do next. So I came here, hoping against hope to hear the spirit again. And because of you, I did.
So what is the spirit and you returned are both, like, grayed out now, but Silence is not, so I'm going to choose Silence again.
About Silence?
I've told you all I can. There's nothing more I can say.
Okay, now it's grayed out. I kind of figured that would be the case, but worth a shot.
Let's see if I've got this straight. We heard two voices. One you call the spirit, captured somehow by the one you call a daemon. Whatever this daemon is, it's related to the machines and why they've become more dangerous. I want to know how. Both the spirit and the daemon are on a mountain, Thunder's Drum. So why don't we go there and figure out what it all means?
We can't. Thunder's Drum is dangerous, more than you can imagine. The daemon has secured it. Besides, Aratak won't let us go. As chieftain, he controls the pass to the mountain, and he can't be reasoned with.
Sounds like you need a new chieftain.
Ha! There's an idea that's certain to win us friends. Well, you said you were a hunter. And I'll wager you're not an ordinary one. It's not impossible, even for an outlander. An Aratak couldn't refuse the challenge if you were known among the Werak.
Wait, me? Challenge Aratak? I don't want to be chieftain of anything, much less a bunch of Banuk that don't want me.
But you want to go to Thunder's Drum, don't you? You heard the spirit. She is suffering, tormented by the daemon. She longs to be free. And perhaps, when released from her bonds, she can give you the answers you seek.
I can't believe I'm agreeing to this. Fine. What do I have to do?
Get the Werak's attention to show the worth of your claim. Win at the hunting grounds. Kill bandits that prey on the cut. Or speak to my friend Sekuli. You help her, you'll definitely get noticed. Do all you can. When the time comes for you to throw your spear at Aratak's feet, I will be there to back your claim. Until then, I'll be here to answer any questions you have about the challenge. Oh, and one more thing. In the box over there is a weapon, like my own. Take it. You may find it useful.
Take the Storm Slinger. Well, that's a hell of a name. Alright. Press... Oh, new side quest for the Werak. The only way for Aloy to access Thunder's Drum and learn its secrets is to challenge Aratak to a hunting competition. The winner gains control of the Werak and the pass to the mountain. Prove yourself to the Warwick. Complete 2 of the following objectives. Clear out the bandit camp. Oh, there's a trophy. Took the shaman's path. Clear out the bandit camp. Complete a trial at the hunting grounds. Repair and override the tall neck. Gather pigments and deliver them to Sekuli. Well, there we go. Let's get this special fancy Banuk Stormslinger weapon box. Alright. Banuk Stormslinger and Storm Bolts. Okay. So, what is the Stormslinger? This weapon fires charged bolts. Consecutive bolts build up a larger charge and deal increased damage. Alright. Let's replace the rope caster and see... shock machines wake to shock using storm bolts. Okay. Oh, it's like a rifle. Ha! Alright. And we can now go out this door.
Chill almost feels like sunburn.
And yes, this is now the path down. But first things first. I want to get back to that campfire. Because that's where I'm going to end this episode. Alright, well, I'm going to call an end to the episode there. We found Ourea, and we got some answers, and some more questions. So you know the drill, click over there to join me next time. If you're enjoying this, you can click up here to subscribe, and up there is something that the algorithmic overlords at YouTube think that you'll enjoy for my channel. If it catches your fancy, go ahead and click on it. I'll see you next time.